Dzień dobry, good day from Poznan, Poland. And you're looking at the St. Francis Catholic Church, which sits just about a 10-minute walk from the actual city center, which is where we're heading to next. Right across from St. Francis, there's a little outdoor market here. Some clothing, fruits and vegetables, things such as that. And then the Rheineck is where we're heading to. That's going to be the city center, but right next to St. Francis is this small little nunnery that dates back to the 16th century. Let's go and take a quick peek. Good morning from Poznan. Well, think back to elementary music class when you learned about famous composers. Do you recognize this guy? That is Frédéric Chopin. And this is his park, actually. And it's just outside of the main city center here in Poznan. There's actually a really large church. You can see one of the steeples rising behind this kind of pink looking building. I think we're going to head that direction next. It's actually one of the highlights of things to see here in Poznan. But you get a little shot at the park here on a midsummer afternoon, or actually still morning, here in Chopin Park. So not terribly far from Chopin Park, got St. Stanislaus, Basilica of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and the Cathedral of Mary Magdalene. Kind of hard to film because it's down a tight corridor, but I'll peek around the corner and give a look down so you can see it all here. Kind of squeezed in here tightly in this little neighborhood just off the city center. Yeah, just off the street inside the walls surrounding the cathedrals here, nice little courtyard area. Yeah, a little different angle to the city hall down here in Poznan. Dates back to the 13th century. It's about 800 years ago to you and I. Just off to the left there you have the merchants' housing. And every day at noon, a trumpeter comes out and plays his instrument here at 12 o'clock midday. There's also a little mechanical goat show that normally goes on, but that is not happening. Apparently there is a mechanical breakdown with the goats, so we will not get to see that today. But there's your bugler right there, or your trumpeter. Let's continue on here in Poznan. Just a rather quick walk uphill from the city center. We're in the Royal Castle complex. And it also hosts a museum of applied arts, whatever that means. And I think you can climb the lookout tower up above. If I read correctly online, it's about €5, $5.50. Just below the Royal Castle, you can see that off in the left-hand corner. This is the Church of St. Anthony of Padua. Oh, if you've had a long day sightseeing here in Poznan, you can grab a ice-cold, refreshing Żywiec beer. 13 zloty, a little bit more than $3. We'll sit out here in the chair and overlook this square, which sits not terribly far from where we just were in the main square. But it's only noon right now, so we're not done sightseeing just yet. But we'll pin that on the map and maybe come back here for a cold one this afternoon. Let's continue on. Poznan. Exploring on here in Poznan, we're in the Rose Courtyard. Up these stairs, there are a lot of gardens and parks in Poznan. This one is adjacent to the Imperial Castle. Check out the vine going up the side of the building there. Nice little park sitting out here, surrounded by little coffee shops and cafe type places. Here in the heart of the city. Let's explore around the Imperial Castle. And that's something you see very often nowadays, a pay telephone here on the side of the road. The Imperial Palace has a fee of about €2 to go in. I think it houses a museum. I'm not really in a museum mood, but I thought this was rather interesting. This is a monument to the 1956 uprising by the citizens of Poznan against Stalinism and communism. And it sits right here in this park, adjacent to a university right across the street. Adam, what was it, Mikovits, I believe. Apologies if I don't get that name correct. Several other dates inscribed up here on the monument as well, but the 1956 was the big one that I was able to find the information on. All back during the Cold War times, when Poland would have been on the Eastern Bloc. Yeah, nice little afternoon out here in the park. See the fountain right behind. Heading into about 1 o'clock. I'm thinking it's getting to be about lunchtime for myself, and I got an idea where I want to go. So a little break in the afternoon for lunch, and then back with more from Poznan. Well, after lunch up by the train station, which was grilled chicken, grilled vegetables, potatoes with a garlic sauce, that was fantastic, and one beer for 30 zloty. That is $7.50, about €7. I have stopped at Fort Colomb, which is a nice park area, and you can get a beer here for 14 zlotys, about $3.50, and sit outside under the trees and enjoy the park. Well, I figured we couldn't mention it earlier to not come back. Beer overlooking the square, 13 zloty, €3, $3.25. Man, as it got warm, about 86 degrees now, about 30 degrees Celsius. Hottest day of the summer so far in Poland. Let's cool off with a Żywiec.